Hi, hello, my loves. It's Lavi, and I'm here to tell you about Leaving Nowhere. It is 21 pages, fully colored, plus some bonus content at the back, and my way of bringing art therapy into the physical realm. I went through an emotional experience last year, so I thought, hey, let's make a comic. Right now they're open for pre-order. You can get my blue or purple witchy here from my Rainbow Witch series. I use their character designs in the story, and that's all I wanted to let you know. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye!
Oh yeah, man. Famous cartoonist Art Balthazar. As you see, Abraham Lincoln is with me, and we are watching, and you are watching. Famous cartoonists draw at night. They draw at night by night. We're all here together, man. Buy their comics, buy my comics, shop.
Welcome to Cartoonist by Night. I am Anthony Laatsch. We are joined here with Troy Dongarra, D. Brad Gibson, Matt Rodgers, and we are welcoming back Eric Wolfgang. How's it going, Eric?
Hey, how's it going? It's hot today, so that's why I got my sunglasses on.
There we go. It's safety first. Safety first.
Protective
All right. So we are welcoming Eric back. We had him on for a solo show. We've had him on for the holiday adventure episodes, the specials that we did. And now we're back. We're not going to have any specific topic. It's going to be one of our classic free-for-alls. That means we get to draw and discuss whatever we want. I've got a couple questions lined up. I got some show and tell. We're going to catch up with Eric Wolfgang. But before we jump into all of the fun, we're going to find out what we plan to work on here tonight. D. Brad Gibson, any idea what you're going to be working on?
Well, I usually draw on just plain old paper, and so I finally bought cardstock paper. So I was gonna I kind of pre-draw on a few things, at least the outlines of them, and then I'm gonna test out my pen, all my pens that I have here, see which ones are the best. So I'm just trying stuff out.
Cool. We are looking at Wolfgang's sketch here, sketch card. You have any idea what you're going to be sketching on there tonight?
I'm pre-sketching a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be having for Free Comic Book Day at my local LCS. So I don't even know what I'm going to be drawing.
Well, that is a great plug because by the time this drops, it should drop right before Saturday, the first Saturday in May for 2025 for Free Comic Book Day. That's why I'm wearing one of the all red featured Free Comic Book Day design T-shirts. But our friend Art Balthazar got to design the Free Comic Book Day shirt and design and logo and all that stuff for 2025. So yeah, I'll be hanging out with comics on Free Comic Book Day as well as setting up on Sunday and selling my wares inside the store. So it's going to be a fun Free Comic Book Day weekend. We're going to see some of these Free Comic Book Day sketches that Wolfgang will be sketching out. Rodgers, what are you going to be drawing tonight?
I'm going to be working on a cover that I'm not allowed to show off.
Ooh.
I know.
That's going to be riveting to watch.
You're going to see the top of my head a lot. Look how pink my face is from this cover.
It's adorable.
Is that a hint?
Adorable face.
Is that a hint? Is it like a Gwenpool cover or something?
Oh,
Wish.
So what I'm going to be working on, I've been really in a Ren and Stimpy mood for the last month or two and rewatching the series, been drawing some characters. So I'm showing off some of the sketch cards that I've been working on. I got the clean shaven yak here. Of course, I got Muddy Mud Skipper, got Log for Girls, and got some more Ren and Stimpy. So that is going to be queuing up what I'm going to be working on. Ren and Stimpy, but dressed as Batman and Robin.
Oh, nice.
So that is what I have penciled out here for this evening. Troy, what are you going to be working on?
I am going to work on a commission I have for Daredevil, the Man Without Fear.
Daredevil commissioned you? What did he want you to draw?
Him. He's very vain, that Daredevil.
Probably thinks that song is about him.
He probably does. I don't know why he even wants it. It's not like he can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Nobody's going to bite on that. Like, oh, bad taste, Troy. Boo.
You can hear it.
We're all laughing.
Used to it.
We're laughing. I'm going to kick off this episode with a question from Brian Lynch from Hot Wing of Justice. This question is for the group. He goes, is Eric going to draw anything in the first hour and 50 minutes?
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, the first time I was on the show, I didn't draw anything because I'm by myself all the time at my desk, and so now it was one of those moments where I'm just like, oh snap, I can talk to people, right?
Right, yeah.
And it was a lot lesser show, not lesser as in like quality, just like there was less people there. It was just the three of us.
Right. Yeah.
And then, if you don't remember, when I was on the holiday one, I drew like 4 things. Like I just busted them out like crazy. And then so this one, I don't know. Depends on how much I talk.
Yeah. When there are more people, then I find that I can get more drawn.
Yeah.
Now, since the last time we've talked to Eric, we talked to somebody else that shares a name and a credit in a book that has now officially been funded. But we talked to Matt Hansel talking about the final days of this book here, Tales from the Cryptic Closet #4. And Eric, you've got a story in there. Is that correct?
I do. Yeah. There was a buddy of mine who I met down here. He is a big comic fan, and I was kind of helping him kind of like write a story, and then I was just like, oh well, why don't we just put it in, try putting it in this, submit it to them. They accepted it, and so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and I've been following.
How do you hear about something like that? How do you hear about something like that?
I've been following the Gorilla guys for like years at this point. I think because they would always go to like First Aid Comics down like Southside Chicago, and they did a lot of other stuff like like really Southside Chicago, and then they did stuff because they're based in like Northeast Indiana or Northwest Indiana. I'm sorry, I get confused. And I just had a lot of mutual friends with those guys, and I don't know. This was like the year that I was like, let's toss our ring in the hat and see, like we've known each other for so long. Why can't we just put a story in your book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be excited to get my copy. I was a proud backer of that, so it was cool to see that get funded this time around. So.
Yeah, I backed it too. I was pretty hyped.
When you say this time around, has it gone through like attempting before, or?
So the Tales of the Cryptic Closet is actually like a collab between a horror shop in Chicago and Guerrilla Publishing, and this past year, 2024, the horror shop, they were having problems with their storefront. Like there was like a terrible water leak, and then there was like a whole mess of like mold and whatnot, and they had to get out of there. And they had, I think, a month before or 2 months before, they had like a big like GoFundMe going ahead of the original scheduling, because they Guerrilla Publishing, they always try to have this Kickstarter start at the beginning of October, so then by the time it hits Halloween, it gets funded because it's horror, and it does well,
Sure.
So
Tis the
with the
season.
shop being in shambles, and people were trying to donate to like help keep the storefront get to their new location and all that, and then there was like a Kickstarter for another thing. It kind of was just like, it's kind of unfortunate timing. So the Kickstarter didn't get funded the first time around. So then they were like, it's okay. We had a lot going on. We understood. So then we ran it again during Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
The love issue.
Cool. At the time of this recording, we've been getting some Superman hype because it is Superman Day, apparently. Did anybody celebrate Superman Day?
No.
No.
I took a nap.
Hey, that's something.
Not what we're looking for, but it is something.
It is something.
I celebrate Superman Day every day because I live in Ohio and I have Superman license plates on my car.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Cleveland, right? That's where the guys met.
It's funny because the original design was going to say the birthplace of Superman, and then DC Comics said no because he was born on Krypton. And so it has the Superman S logo, and then at the bottom across a banner it says Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
Oh.
So I'm just kind of like, heck yeah, dude, Superman.
Yeah, I saw the new McFarlane Toys figure that comes with crypto for the James Gunn Superman, and wanted to go pre-order it, and of course it's like pre-orders are sold out across everywhere.
Well, yeah, because all the Supergirl toys got stolen.
I heard that, yeah.
I didn't hear this.
That was, it was a highway robbery, like old Fast and Furious style. They, someone robbed one of the Walmart trucks, and the whole pallet that had all the the Supergirl figures that's based off the Tom King book, all gone. Every single one.
Wow.
Dang.
I like to think that they got home and they're like, oh, damn it, we got the wrong ones.
Yeah, that Supergirl World of Tomorrow, Tom King and Bill Quist Evely, I believe. That book was awesome. Very, very good mini series if anybody just wants to jump into a Supergirl book without any continuity worries and stuff like that.
Great, I will.
Heck yeah,
Good.
dude.
We'll take a break while D-Brad goes to check that out. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Oh, no, there we go.
No whammy, stop. That's something else.
It's funny. I actually did get to celebrate Superman Day today. Kind of.
How so?
So I went to a couple of the shops over by me. There's only two. And there was a very cool facsimile of Action Comics #1, like printed in newsprint and in Golden Age size.
Oh.
But no one really cares any of the stuff. No, none of the shops over here by me really celebrate like these kind of like Batman Day, Superman Day. They just kind of like get the free stuff and then just put it on the front counter, and they're like, yeah, one of those. And I'm like, you guys don't have this, huh? And they're like, nah. And I'm like, wow, all right, well, that's not cool. So I ended up calling Joe at Oh Yeah Comics Skokie, be like, hey, I have a box there. Can you can you throw one of those into my box, and I'll have my dad come and pick up the book.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, we could do that, no problem, man. Because he was also surprised that no one had no one was really celebrating. I was just like, I have to hold my tongue a lot when it comes to comic fun down here
Yeah.
where I live. And then I called my dad and I was like, Dad, you got to go pick up this comic at Oh Yeah Comics. And he was just like, I'm eating right now. I'm like, well, finish eating and then go pick up this Superman book.
Priorities, father, priorities.
Yeah, like, damn, Daniel. Like, that's his name too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You actually got into what my next talking point was, because Art Baltazar was live streaming from the store at the time of this recording a little while ago.
Yeah.
Joe was doing some stuff in the background. Art was kind of talking about Superman Day. Some customers were in, and I got on there and I said, "Hey, we're having Eric Wolfgang on the show tonight. Any questions?" And Joe immediately goes, "I don't have any questions, but I saw his dad today." So if you needed any confirmation, your dad did go to the shop. So
Yeah, I heard it too.
Oh no, I called him later. Well, he called me right before he went into the shop because he was kind of like didn't understand what the assignment was or what the mission was. And I was just like, you just go in there, say my name. That's all you got to do. And he was like, "Oh yeah, oh okay." And then he got it. He was awesome. He was a super dad.
There we go. That is a heartwarming story for Superman Day.
It is. Yeah.
I like it.
That's right.
I'm gonna go phone my dad now. Let's take another break.
We'll be right back. Great. Good. There's another thing I have in the background here that I'm going to show that be a nice talking point for Eric, because you are
Oh, you're trying to get me not to draw today, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? I want to try to get Brian Lynch's question to be accurate. Comic Boot Camp. This is something that is starting Thursdays, May 8th through the 29th, from 6:30 to 9:30 in person at in Gainesville, Florida. The address is up on the screen for people looking down and drawing their cool stuff. Can you talk about how this came to be, and you're running this comic book or comic boot camp rather?
Yeah. So there is this amazing nonprofit in Gainesville, Florida called SAW, the Sequential Artist Workshop, and it was created by a alternative comic book artist. He made a graphic novel that I can't remember what the name of it was. His name was Tom Hart, I believe. And I haven't met him, but from everyone that has met him, he seems like a really cool guy. But I've met the other person who runs kind of the whole shebang over there, the in-person spot, because SAW is like it's like a global thing. Like it's mostly like an online basis kind of hub. And like, they every Friday night they have free Friday night workshops where they have kind of like this, but it's more educational. It's like a workshop, like a webinar for people to like teach like a free like hour-long course or something like that. And
for kids or
and then they do all ages. All ages.
I thought we were pretty educational. What is he talking about?
Shots fired.
But
I'm taking notes. I'm taking the notes.
But yeah, so
who invited this guy? He's just insulting. He's so mean.
I know I'm the worst. Actually, a lot of people say like he is the devil, and a lot of people can advocate for that one.
So, yeah.
But yeah, no, I went to their brick and mortars spot and fell in love with the place. Like it's just a giant library of all types of comics, like and zines and so much reference books in there. And they just encourage people to just make comics. Doesn't matter what skill level, doesn't matter like what kind of like are you into like Western comics, Eastern comics, alternative type comics. Like they just want you to make comics. Like that's it. And I fell in love with it, and I sat in on a class there. It was like, what the hell is it called? Like a critique type of a class, where you bring your work in and, you kind of like critique each other's stuff and, a lot of positive feedback, and people are just trying to learn.
Mm.
And then I asked them, I was just like, I would love to teach a class or whatever. And they were, the woman who runs a lot of this stuff, Carly Schuster, she loved the idea. And she was like, yes, fresh blood, because she's also a vampire.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, I kind of was just like, let me get back to you on that and kind of figure out, because she was just like, yeah, I would, as any kind of work relationship would be, is, you'd want to have a trial run, kind of.
Sure.
And so she was just like, yeah, well, how about we do a 4-week class, 1 day a week for like 3 hours? And I'm like, what can I teach? Comics, like 1 day a week for 3 hours. So then I went back to basics of, kind of the stuff that I did and was taught. And I was just like, well, let's do a boot camp, like just get faster with making pages and, figuring out your page layouts and whatnot. And it's not like I'm going to teach you how to draw. I'm going to make you sweat, and show you, like, comics are a lot of work and you can get it done. These are exercises that are going to make you think faster so you don't noodle around on the page so much.
Cool.
I like that.
That's cool.
Good turnout.
I don't know yet. I'm not computer savvy, as we saw with me trying to set up this Zoom space.
Right.
So yeah, Carly, she was the one who does a lot of the admin stuff, and I'm just like, I just want to be there. I just want to teach, and just have a great time, making comics with everybody.
Well, so it hasn't started yet.
No, it hasn't started yet. It starts in May. It's April. Hey, but this isn't. No, wait. There's still one more Friday, so this would air next week.
It'll be in May when people see this. So.
Oh, bamboozled!
So we'll be right before you debut. So
we tricked you.
Yeah, we can cut this part out.
Got him.
Never.
So what's the logistics of living in Chicago and teaching a live class? Is this like over the what is it, web? Are you going down there for this? How's this work?
So homie over here wasn't paying attention to the whole story. This is in Gainesville,
That's in Florida.
He lives in Florida, Troy.
Oh, I thought you lived in Chicago.
I'm born and raised Chicago, baby. Look at this. You see that? Bam! Right over there by the desk.
That's why his super dad has to run to Oh Yeah Comics for him. So
yeah.
I gotcha. I'm sorry. I was not.
No, it's okay. I never paid attention in school. Actually, I paid attention a little bit in school, but not to the extent that my parents would be happy about.
And Eric said nobody learns anything on the show. We just saw in real time Troy learn a lot. So
yeah, he did.
Also, Eric Wolfgang called me homie, which made me feel very young and hip. So I appreciate that.
Big ups, dog. Big ups.
Awesome.
It's funny because a lot of the cats that I talk to are older than me, at least by like 10 years. Then there's a lot of people. I don't have a lot of friends my own age. They're either like almost like between the ages of like 22 to like 26, and then everybody else is like 40 and up. And that, like, I talk to regularly.
Yeah.
And so the lingo, the slang is one of those things that always when I talk to the younger people, they're like, "Oh, you're old. Like you text LOL in almost every text you send." And I'm like, "Is that an old thing?" And then I text older people, and they're all like, "I have to look up what you're saying half of the time because I don't understand this lingo you use." And I'm like, "Oh, snap! I'm so sorry." But I get it, both sides of the spectrum, which is fun.
You're right in the middle.
And I always like hanging out with these younger guys here in Cartoonist by Night because exclusively I usually hang out with 90-year-olds. So
You hang out with 90-year-olds? Are you a handler?
yeah, yeah, I take them around and I make them sign a bunch of autographs at Comic Cons and stuff. So
And he films them.
I mean, that is what's weird about conventions is like I'll go to a show and I'll be hanging out and I'll like stop and talk to people like Gavin Smith and like the younger crowd, and then I'm like, okay, time to go say hi to all the old guys that did Archie. It's awesome.
Some of those guys are awesome, though. So
They are.
cherish the old folks.
Well, it's like I don't know if you have big boy restaurants where you are, all of you.
I've heard of them.
I think there's one
Here
around.
we call them Frisch's, but some of them are Bob's Big Boy.
Yeah, I've heard that
Um,
one.
a lot of the ones in my area closed down like very suddenly, like at least like 10 or 11 locations, just like people showed up for work one day and there were signs posted that it closed.
Right.
And it had something to do with the landlords and the franchises. But
It was a
all of them
front.
are now, they're all reopening now as Dolly's restaurants, which was invented by Craig Boldman, the Archie artist. He created the character of Dolly
Oh
for
yeah.
old big boy comic books.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those books. Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here seeing news reports like, I know that guy.
Oh.
Do you?
Do you know
Yeah.
him? Know him?
Yeah, I've done,
Dang.
he's from the Cincinnati area, so we do a lot of shows together.
Oh, great. Yeah, I know you've talked about meeting him. Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yagams. It's a good time.
Yagams
Yagams.
to that guy that I'm drawing a line right now, so I can't think of his name. Craig Boldman, there we go.
Craig Boldman. Yeah.
Yeah, him and
There's a
Jeff
delay here.
Schultz.
Yeah.
They're great dudes.
Yeah.
I give a lot of my money to Craig Boldman at every convention that I see him at.
Yeah, you got some pages from him, don't you?
I got pages from Jeff. Craig,
Oh.
I have like paintings that he's done. I have a really awesome Reggie Mantle painting that he did.
Ooh.
Reggie.
Yeah,
Who pays
a
for Reggie Mantle artwork? I thought everybody hated Reggie.
yeah, he's
Or
a
is that
jerk.
just
It's
me?
awesome. No,
Troy
it's
felt so bad that he gave a free Reggie to David Gloyd. So that's how much he doesn't like Reggie. It's like, why did I do that?
People don't even want a free Reggie drawing.
why did I
I'll
pay
take a
money
free one.
for it? Yeah. Yeah, see, he'll take it.
Ooh. I
I'm,
I am I would never make a good inker because I don't ink from left to right. I just want to ink all over the place, but I'm gonna smudge. What do you do,
yeah.
Troy?
I get really thirsty paper that tears up the pen, but drinks the ink.
Yeah.
Do you remember the early episodes of this show
Yeah.
where I was smearing everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was drawing on smooth Bristol, which is much nicer.
Yeah, that's what I'm drawing.
Um, yeah, smooth Bristol is really, really nice, but the ink takes a while to dry, and I couldn't learn what you're learning already. And I would just rub my hand right through it. So now I have vellum Bristol, and I just tear up my pens quicker.
Yeah, I haven't put my hand on anything. I'm trying to stay over on this side.
You want to know a little trick that I learned from I don't remember. My brain is farting.
Arthur Adams. Arthur Adams?
No. Bill Reinhold.
Okay.
Ooh, Bill's awesome.
Inker on the Punisher.
Uh-huh.
He would. Oh, that has a password on there. I can't show that sticky note. Let me grab this. He would grab so he would ink something, and he'd just put like a Post-it note down, and just like press over the ink on the Post-it note, and so everything that's pooled and wet would just stay on the Post-it note, and then it's dry underneath.
No.
And then you don't smudge your stuff.
Now, Matt Hansel showed off a cool thing, something similar to that he does when he was doing comic strips that I think he showed.
Well, he's a show-off, okay?
Yeah. That's an episode where you learn something on Cartoonist by Night.
We just learned something right now, too. We learned something.
But yeah,
Art Adams will do something similar with that, like a piece of scrap paper, and he'll stick it to the sweaty part of his palm, and as he's inking, the paper is stuck to the palm so that the moisture from his hand is never touching the paper. Right. I thought that was a pretty nifty idea.
Yeah.
But then wouldn't the paper still smudge the ink if the hand is moving?
It didn't look like it, but he's using like technical pens, not like the brush pen.
Oh, those dry in an instant. Yeah, he doesn't do brushes.
I've seen people at conventions when they're doing sketch covers, they'll actually have like a heat gun at their table that they'll like hold it up and like blast it with the hot air to get it to dry faster.
That's cool.
That's because of COVID.
Right.
You say that's because of COVID?
Yeah. For me, because I will draw like out when I sign stuff. I use like either a gold or like a bronze or a silver Sharpie, and so those take a little bit longer to dry than like a regular black Sharpie. So I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna blow my germs all over this to dry, and people see me like doing and sometimes spit flies out on there. So if any of my comics show up at a crime scene, I'm toast. They got my DNA.
I would make a clone of you and train it to be an assassin.
I was gonna say, I was just thinking like a Big Bang Theory where Sheldon's like, I've got Spock's DNA on a napkin or something.
Yeah, this is Wolfgang's version of Kiss putting their blood into Marvel Comics.
Oh man,
that was
him putting his COVID infection into it.
Yeah, that was the thing they did. It was in whatever the first run, because I think they did some later on too that didn't have that. But yeah, the Marvel Kiss comics, they put like the tiniest bit of their combined blood into the coloring, into like the
the inks,
magenta ink.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah. So cool. Checking on some drawings. I have a Stimpy as Robin kind of queued up, and I'm gonna do some extra highlights and stuff because the background kind of blends into his skin a little bit, or fur, whatever you want to call it. But there's
looks
that.
Good.
Checking in on Wolfgang. We see a Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
It's always a go-to success, with giving away sketches or selling sketches. Spider-Man's always a safe choice, right?
Yeah, this is my go-to Spider-Man profile. That I've drawn so many of these, or I could just poop this out.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, Winston Gambro, friend of the show, I stopped by him at C2E2, and we talked about it on his episode probably about how he will lure people in with free sketches. He has these business cards that have a top portion of it is blank so that while they browse his tables, he can go ahead and sketch the favorite character. And then what's cool is that for each of the 3 days he's at a convention or so, he will keep a tally mark of everything that everybody, requests, just so he kind of shows off the list and kind of keeps track and everything. And he goes, by far, Spider-Man's always the one that that is always getting asked, and to the point where he's like, all right, I got to draw another Spider-Man. And so I went up to his table and I'm like, I'll take that graphic novel and 11 Spider-Mans, please.
Dang, pro strat.
He was ready to kick me out of the convention, but
Scary.
yeah.
I don't recognize his authority.
But yeah, Spider-Man seems to be a safe go-to. Let's jump over to Troy. How's your commission going for Matt Murdock? I mean, Daredevil. I don't want to give away his identity of the
Yes. It's going, I think it's going okay. I like it.
Looks good.
So far, so good. Hey, speaking of C2E2,
Yes.
where was Baltazar in relationship to Eric Larson? Because somebody posted a video of Larson drawing Spider-Man, and I could have sworn I heard Art in the background talking.
Well,
Yeah, I found that video because you mentioned that, and I think I did hear like it could have been him. Yeah.
I'll do some real-time fact checking. Do you check Eric Larson's table row? All yeah guys are usually in row Z, but I will do that check while we check in with D. Brad. How's your drawing going?
Oh, it's nice. I like it.
It's nice.
It's got a tiny little guy here who has like a complex with being short. He hasn't accepted it. Like it's fine, nothing wrong with that. But look, what he does is he spikes his hair up to make himself appear taller, and he wears shoes that make him taller as well. So it's like an old science fiction story I made, and I'm just kind of bringing back the characters and redesigning them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And how's your secret cover coming along, Rodgers?
It's going very well. Oh man, if
Oh,
only
I
you
want
guys
to.
could see.
I know.
Yeah, let me see. Pull it up real quick.
You'll be able to see it.
Everybody looked up. Everybody looked up. Man, Rodgers is a stone cold killer.
I don't even try.
So people just die?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find his table and row number here without any official C2E2 map on me, which I couldn't find. But
I can
it's
tell
all
you
good.
right
I
now.
was just curious.
You don't even need to fact check it. Art is so loud at the shows that no matter what aisle you're in, what row you're in Artist Alley, you will hear him go, "Oh yeah, man, you want some Harold?" yeah, because you're a good man, sir. That's you'll hear it echoing throughout the whole McCormick place.
Man,
Oh man,
you just rocked my world, dude. I thought that I was the only one that got that kind of treatment when I saw him. Dang. I feel so much less special now.
well, speaking to tie this together, speaking of Bill Reinhold that Wolfgang mentioned, I think it was last year or the year before. I went up to him. I bought a cool surfer print from him, and I think a Swamp Thing print as well. But we were just talking and stuff, and then I mentioned just whatever the topic was. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm friends with Art Baltazar, and he kind of stopped me. He goes, "Who isn't?" I'm like true statement. He's like, we're all friends with Art.
But still, like, way to take the wind out of my sails.
Hey, you're special just like everyone else. Remember that.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you I'm not special.
I'm the most forgettable person you know.
Yeah, don't conform. That's right. Don't conform. Be a punk. Be a punk.
All right, I'm going to give up on looking for Eric Larson's from a week.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I was just curious.
That's
So
all right.
he's apparently pretty tall pretty tall guy, probably would have a pretty big line. I'm thinking if he was nearby, you would have noticed it. It's all good.
Have you not met Art in person, Troy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I've met Art in person a couple times,
Oh,
but I've not met Eric Larson in person.
Oh, I got you. I was gonna say it's not apparent. Like Art's a very tall man. But you've met him. Oh yeah, because you shot the video of him botching our intro.
Yeah,
Oh, that was you.
that was
Cartoonist
fun.
by night, cartoonist for night. What do you say?
Cartoonist drawing at night.
For
You're
night,
watching
by
me,
night.
famous cartoonist by night and by day, and
Buy their comics, buy my comics.
Shop.
I forgot about that. Just out of nowhere, shop.
It's just shop.
Ready, set, shop.
What a man.
What a
What a man that guy is.
What a mighty good man.
He's the sweetheart of a person.
Yeah, I like him.
I'll be seeing him in a week. Yeah, talking about Free Comic Book Day. Oh yeah, comics. I'm excited for that lineup. It's always fun, especially with them having the official T-shirt and logo and stuff. So I've got all that. I told Joe that I'm like, whatever Free Comic Book Day merch that has all of the oh yeah stuff on, just order me one of, like whether it's the stickers or the shirts and this and that, because they usually have a bunch of other merch. So I'm like, whatever you get, I want one of each.
Damn, humble brag.
I know, right?
Or else.
And then I'm gonna have Eric's dad pick it up for me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he'll do
there.
it. He's retired now.
Yeah. The weird thing is that I'm gonna be there, but I'm gonna do that just so I can meet Super Dad.
I know he's got to get an Uber Eats or a Grubhub or DoorDash account. One of the whatever those things are. I don't use them.
Yeah, one of those.
I used them on accident before. It was funny because like a year or two ago, I went on GameStop's website and I bought a game, and then it got delivered the next day by Uber.
What?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I was just
Nice.
like, what? I thought this was gonna come in the mail.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then like sometimes we'll order pizza for delivery, and it's like sometimes it gets brought by DoorDash and sometimes it gets brought by the pizza place. It's weird.
And you ordered it from the pizza place, and it came
Yeah.
from. Oh, that's weird.
Straight from their website. And I'm like, so who gets the tip? Is it you?
So let me tell you, I got a crazy story
Oh,
about
shit.
all of those stupid things.
Let's hear it.
The first year I moved down to Florida. I don't know
You're in
anybody down
Florida.
here.
I thought you lived in Chicago.
I did live in Chicago. Born and raised, baby. You want to see it? Look at that. Look at that.
Do you have a flag by chance?
I have a flag.
Prove
Oh,
it.
look at the flag.
Prove it.
It's one of those things. If you're from Chicago, with it kind of like a Joe Kubert student, the first 5 minutes they'll tell you where they're from or where, like any Joe Kubert student, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I studied at the Joe Kubert school." Any person from Chicago, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Chicago," like within a heartbeat, because that's like one of the most like ride or die cities ever. But I don't want to be one of the Chicagoans that has a Chicago tattoo and still living in Chicago. But then I'm like, I don't want to be one of those people with a Chicago tattoo. I mean, I do want a Chicago tattoo. I want one of the sewer caps or the Chicago municipal symbol tattooed on me, not the flag, because I already have a flag.
Yeah.
But so first year I moved to Florida, didn't know anybody down here, so everybody I knew was not in Florida. And it was the day before my birthday. we're just chilling on the couch, watching TV, eating dinner. And, I think it was COVID. Yeah, it was COVID at that time. So like everybody was just ordering stuff, getting it delivered.
Right.
And I don't use those apps because I'm like, I'll just go there and get it myself.
Yeah.
Or I'll just make something at home because I don't want to pay all the fees.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm cheap like that. Oh, actually, I'm frugal. Frugal is the word.
Frugal.
So the next morning, I go out to go check the mail, and all of a sudden, I open the door at my feet is a giant Uber Eats bag, and I'm like, I didn't order anything. And so I take astounded in wonder, I take the bag to the kitchen, and I pry open the staples that are holding that thing together. And unbeknownst to me, somebody delivered 40 McDonald's chicken McNuggets to my apartment, and like a bunch of fries, so many fries, and it was crazy because I'm like, oh, did somebody deliver this to me for my birthday? Like, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, someone loves me. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
In the year of 2020, that was like that was a big win. That was a big win. Okay, let me tell you, I needed that one.
I hear you.
But not a lot of people knew what my address was. Not a lot of people knew that I moved. So I only texted a couple of the cats that I knew that had my address. Every single one of them did not, or like they denied. No one ordered me anything. And I was just like, yeah, it was kind of weird because like last night, no one knocked on the door, like whoever delivered these chicken nuggets, they were sitting outside all night long. And they didn't get discovered until the morning. So it's McDonald's. It's okay. They're totally fine. There's so many preservatives in there that the germs, they don't even touch it.
Yeah.
It's all clean.
That's true.
Yeah. So I was, for the next like 2 days, I was just eating, free wrong address delivery McDonald's nuggets, and it was the best. That's the only time I could say I'm loving it, or that I was happy to smile. Whatever McDonald's slogan is nowadays.
But I think it's still loving it.
So long story short, that's how I got the brain eating amoeba.
I like that story.
I like it.
I
like it.
Yeah, it's like one of those you'll never know the answer to. Like, whose was it? It's a mystery.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful mystery I'm happy to never solve.
It's funnier because somebody out there, like, did it have your name on it?
No name, nothing, not even a receipt. It's just, Uber Eats. They just pop by the door, knock on. Yeah, they didn't even knock on the door. So whoever delivered it, they sucked just altogether. You know what I mean? Like, somebody got the picture, and they're like, "That's not my door."
Right. So, yeah, you have a
and then
secret,
the person's gone.
You have a secret nemesis. It's like, some idiot stole all my nugs.
I heard it was.
Well, I don't live there anymore, so they could. Good luck finding me.
I heard it was addressed for one Adam Crone. Is that true?
Yeah, they were way off.
I don't know, just trying to create some fake stuff here.
Animosity.
Fake tea.
That way, when we have Adam.
Speaking of Adam Crone, hopefully he sees it.
Yeah.
He got me into making custom toys.
Ooh.
What do
I
you
made
make?
a custom.
Yeah, I've seen this.
I was always so inspired. He inspired me, and I put it on this one. this camera. I made my own.
That's amazing.
Or we'll do this one. Do this one. Yeah, look at that. Bam.
I love that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's pretty
Who did-
hyped about it.
Who
Because
did
I'm
you
like, how
make?
is there no like good like action figure of him nowadays?
Yeah,
You know, like there were the cool Toy Biz ones, but like, you know, they don't move like how these new ones move.
I've got every single Madman figure, and I'm looking at them now off in the distance, and yours is better than all of them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really sweet. That's really sweet.
So I'll give you my address afterwards, and you can send it over. Oh, wait, what's that? Someone have a question?
I'll only send you chicken nuggets.
There we go. Sold.
Okay.
I'm liking my Ren so far. I got to color him, but I really liked how he's coming out there. Ren as Batman. So
Yeah.
when I was getting down to penciling it out and putting the R on Stimpy, and I'm like, wait, should have Ren been Robin just because of the R? But I'm like, no, Ren is Batman. Speaking of Ren and Stimpy and C2E2,
Excuse me. Sorry.
so I was at C2E2 2025, and my first mission after making my initial visit to my one of many visits to the Oh Yeah guys with Art, Franco, Scoot, Dave, all of them hanging out there in a row as they do. Eric Larson probably close by or very far away. It's one of the two. And Billy West was in attendance. Billy West, voice of Stimpy, later on taking on Ren and Red M&M, Doug Funny, a couple characters from there. We're talking about Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd from the Space Jam and other Looney Tunes stuff within that decade, Futurama fame, all of that fun stuff. But the main thing I was excited for was for Ren and Stimpy fame. I was coincidentally already just kind of going through a random phase. I'm just like, I want to rewatch Ren and Stimpy and go through the old comics and just start drawing Ren and Stimpy. Later, seeing that Billy West was on the C2E2 list, so it was kind of a cool coincidence. So I went up to his table. I got the last copy of this specific print here because I saw this.
Happy, joy.
Yeah, I saw that one there, and I'm like, yep, I have to get the ones where they're, touching butts there. But yeah, there's an episode in season 1 called "A Visit to Anthony," in which a fan writing a fan letter to Ren and Stimpy, and they're like in a different country, and it's treating them as like that they play these characters, Ren and Stimpy, and they're like. And Anthony is just like, can you come to the United States and bring your costumes? And you see Ren and Stimpy put on Ren and Stimpy costumes over their actual selves and stuff. And they go visit Anthony, and it's a whole thing. It's a very funny episode. And so I told Billy West about that. I'm like, oh, I remember, I would have been in, second or third grade or whatever when that was airing. And I do remember just, being excited, being like, there's an episode about, Anthony's in the title and blah, blah, blah. So I had him address it to Anthony. Thanks for visiting. So I had him write that on there. And then Bob Camp, co-creator and, longtime director of Ren and Stimpy and many other things, but he was also at the show, so I went over to his table as well and had him sign that. So both Billy West and Bob Camp got this nice little piece here. So if I end up meeting any other Ren and Stimpy peeps, there's still some room there to tag some signatures on. So yeah, just wanted to
Yeah, I
share
just
that.
started. You inspired me to start watching it. I just started watching Ren and Stimpy again.
Yeah.
And right away, the very first thing was the commercial for Log.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
From Blamo.
From Blamo, yeah. That was a very that cartoon kind of was like a revival for old style cartoons, very influential with all the cartoons that came after that.
Yeah, it's such a unique show, and just revisiting and just kind of it is one of those that a lot of people will say like, I couldn't believe I was allowed to watch that when I was a kid, you know. And
Yeah.
oh
I
my, look at
wasn't.
that! Look at Eric Wolfgang's screen.
Little show and tell
Oh,
epilogue.
Oh, oh. I
send
had
that
the
with send that with the Madman figure and the chicken nuggets.
yeah.
I have too many toys, man. I have so many. I have so many.
I'll take them from you. That's all right. We'll solve that problem. We'll solve it for you. Log. Big
Yeah, I was not allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy when I was a kid.
No.
My mom saw me watching it and she thought that it was just the most disgusting and stupid cartoon, so I was no longer allowed to watch it, but then I would watch it anyways and accidentally brag about an episode that I saw, and then I just wasn't allowed to watch TV for like 2 months.
I mean,
I
she
did
wasn't.
not
Thanks a
have
lot,
cable.
Ren and Stimpy.
Never saw it.
I did not have that problem because it wasn't on when I was a kid.
Deep Brad. I was trying to think of what age. Deep Brad was like what 82 when that started.
Yeah, when that started, I was a grown man. Yeah.
He has a signed history book, in case you didn't know.
But yeah, I think, like I said, watching it now, like I think I've said it in a past episode where I felt like I wasn't really monitored on what I was watching and watching a lot of horror movies growing up at a young age and stuff like that. And, you know, I think it was just like, yeah, whatever, it's a cartoon. And I didn't act out and then it didn't change me in any way. I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't reenact anything from the cartoon.
Yeah.
So
You didn't
He
treat your
says
part like an
he
adopted kid.
twitches.
yeah, I didn't feed all my nose goblins and raise them to be.
I love Space Madness. Space Madness is like up there in all-time great cartoons. The one where they go to space. Have you
Yeah,
seen that recently?
it's the best
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
We're not walking anymore. We're driving.
Oh, I
Nice.
told. I forget. Actually, this is something that I wanted to tell Billy, but I forgot. But one of the things that I laughed so hard at is that there's a haunted house episode of Ren and Stimpy, and they come right in the beginning of the cartoon. They see a haunted house, and then Stimpy just goes something along the lines of like, "Oh, this is a good way to waste 12 minutes." Like, hey, we should go there. That's a good waste of 12 minutes. And then that was the start of the cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm hooked on a feeling. Ba, ba, ba,
I had a
ba.
soundtrack tape of that show.
I'm high on
It had a lot of great
belief.
songs on it. The Royal Yaxman song.
You're in love with me.
And of course, you know, powdered toast man.
Nope. Oh,
Yes.
wrong button. Oh.
Have you guys tried Hank's gourmet root beer before?
Ooh, no.
Oh.
It is very yummy. It's like they melted a scoop of vanilla ice cream in the root beer.
Oh.
It's like a float without having to add the float.
I'm making
Very
myself a note already.
Hanks.
Yep, it says
What's in a bottle?
Philadelphia recipe. So I'm assuming that somewhere there's like a Waukegan recipe as well. There's a special Hank's recipe for every region.
Oh.
Well, I just sent myself a message about that to look into it. I like myself a good root beer.
I do too.
They stopped
We did
making my
like a
favorite.
blind taste test one time. My son and I went to down the road from us. There's convenience stores right across the street from each other.
Mhm.
We bought one of each type of root beer that they had and did blind taste tests. And he preferred the Dad's root beer, and I preferred the A&W from the ones that we were able to find.
Oh yeah.
But we couldn't find like Barks root beer wasn't one of them. There's a lot of like normal famous ones like IBC and Barks weren't there.
Rodgers, you were saying they don't make your favorite. What's that one?
It's called Hires, Hires.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't make that anymore?
They don't. It was similar to from what your description of the one you're drinking is. Like it had a really heavy vanilla flavor to it.
Yeah, I remember Hires. I didn't
Yeah, I
know they
remember that.
stopped making it.
Yeah, it's very well known.
It's weird. I think it might have got bought because the cans already looked like A&W cans. You know, they were the brown and orange and white. And I think the same company bought them and just like discontinued it. But the only place that I could get it is in Ohio. In Cincinnati, we have a big international grocery store called Jungle Gyms.
Mhm.
It's like huge. It's like four Walmarts put together, like massive store, and it's separated by country. And you can go
Mhm.
buy like imported food from all over the world. And their soda is like 4 aisles. And that was the only place I could ever find Hires.
Interesting. So I just looked it up and it says that you can only right now buy it as an alcoholic drink, which sounds foul as hell.
Hell yeah. I don't want to get drunk. I just want to drink some Hires.
Yeah. But also, like you mentioned that it's similar in that it tastes like it has a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Mhm.
Also originated in Philadelphia. So maybe that is
Philadelphia
a thing.
rules. Maybe that's where I'll move next.
Mm.
I mean, I'll be in Pittsburgh in September, and that's nowhere near Philadelphia, so I could
It's
see how
it's really not. Philadelphia is closer to me.
yeah, it's nuts. Like for me and Fife to get to Pittsburgh for the convention in September, it's a 4.5 hour drive.
Yeah. You would be well, yeah, dude, move to Philly.
Right now. Do
I'd
it.
be, yeah,
This minute.
We'll be
I,
right back.
We'll be
I would
right
come and visit you. It's not a 10-hour drive.
after
No,
these.
me
I'd
and
come and visit you. It's like 5 hours for me.
yeah, me and my wife we've tossed around the idea of moving to Skokie after the kids leave home.
Okie. Ooh.
Yeah, because I want to be closer to a creative leaning city.
Mhm.
And like Chicago kind of has everything, and Skokie's kind of like not Chicago, but it also has an L train stop in it, so it's like Chicago is super accessible. And so
Mhm.
we could move there and basically not have a car, which would be really cool.
If you're living in Skokie, you still need a car. You're still gonna need it, buddy.
We
Let me
could
tell,
have one.
let me
We'll
tell
have
you
one
from the
car.
guy. Let me tell you from the guy who's actually from. Look at that! Look at that! Bam! Look! Wow! Look at that!
Whoa.
What?
Is that the
Is
first
that
time
a-
you're
is
showing that?
Is that a
This-
Chicago
in case
flag?
in case you didn't know, that is a Chicago, a
Mm.
genuine Chicago flag that I stole from Portage Park, or the Portage Park area, not the park itself.
You're holding out on us. How come you've been hiding this Chicago?
Yeah, I thought you were from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that actually.
So if I were to move to Skokie, to be safe, would I buy a Sox hat or would I buy a Cubs hat?
Ooh.
Oh, if you wanted to move to Skokie, you would need a black, very big brim hat. That's what you need if you want to be safe in Skokie.
Okay.
But
Are you drawing like the Hasidic image
Yeah.
here?
I did read about that they had like at one point because time has passed. Skokie had like the largest concentration of concentration camp survivors in the United States.
yeah, they have a
Lord.
very amazing museum actually. And a really good friend of mine did a painting for that museum, and his name is Douglas Klaba, and he is a phenomenal artist that has done a lot of great work.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of JCCs in Skokie and a lot of temples over there as well. So if you want to fit in, that's a hat you got to wear.
Okay. Should it have a Sox logo or a Cubs logo?
You get a Bulls logo on there.
There we go. I do like the Bulls, so we're fine.
Well,
There's only 3 great dynasties the Ming, the duck, and the bull. So,
And the
Hey,
Dynasty TV show.
The
Those were
late
important.
70s, early 80s Islanders were real good too.
See, Art is a Sox fan, so I just say get a Sox hat, then you're in with Art. So.
But I'm already in with Art.
Well, yeah, we
who isn't in?
Right. Everybody is.
aren't we all? Now, I went to go take another look at Adam West's Batman costume to add some little features onto the mask here for Ren. And the article I popped up while you guys were talking, there was a part of me that just like my heart stopped a little bit because I clicked on an image and it brought up the article and it just said, Adam West, the actor who played Batman 60s TV series, dies at 88. Well, this was a couple years ago, but this was the article that just kind of popped up and I'm like, wait, what? I know this, but just the timing of it, just to see this article pop up being like, oh no, oh wait, this is years old already, so never mind.
All right. You need a moment?
Future Anthony will have already cut to a commercial for that moment.
Oh no, guys, I have bad news.
Yeah. Batman. Adam West died.
Oh, old
Years ago.
Jim.
That's good.
Stampy.
Was he the mayor of Quahog?
Yeah.
I almost went into Jeff Goldblum there by mistake.
Mm.
We're going
How about that Naked Gun remake, man? Woo.
Yeah. Well, is it a remake now or a sequel?
I think it's one of those like we better cover all of our bases. It's all of them.
It's all of them, right?
It's a requel.
A requel.
A reboot sequel.
I hate it.
Wolfgang, looking at your sketches here, what you got cooking on this one? This is the musician here?
No, it's I don't know. I never drew Marceline before in my life from Adventure Time, and I have a print of her on the opposite side of my wall. Let me just show it really quick.
Hey, what's that there? What was that flag?
Oh, it's over there. Yeah, if you see, it's that
Patrick Kane jersey.
Can you?
No, it's not. It is a Marion Hossa jersey. Ooh. Okay, number 81. One of him.
Oh no,
and Patrick Sharp. Two of the best.
Nope, Marion Hossa sucks.
Well, okay, let me tell you what. I almost
Patrick
went to your house.
and Patrick Sharp win Stanley Cups with both of my kids lying down sleeping on my bellies. Two different Stanley Cups. So I like Patrick Kane and Patrick Sharp, but I can't say I have a whole lot of memory of watching Marion Hossa play.
Here's my favorite memory of Marion Hossa. He played for either the Red Wings or the Penguins first, went to the Stanley Cup, lost, jumped teams to the other one, made it to the Stanley Cup the next year, and lost again. And I was just like, that's what you get, bud. Because there was that 2 years in a row where it was like Penguins, Red Wings at the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Like, never happened before. And Marion Hossa played on both teams and lost both years. And I was like,
true.
Yeah, I hate him.
And then he won 3 after that. Exactly. So shut up.
I didn't realize that the one guy that plays for the Blackhawks has been like gone from the league for a few years because he had like long COVID.
Jonathan Toews.
Yeah, I just read that he might be coming back next season, and I was like, coming back from what? And I
thought
realize
he finally retired.
Yeah, he hasn't played hockey in like 3 years or something. Because he was
when you're
a big
he's
deal.
He's gotta be close to 40 to come back out of, I don't know. Okay,
oh man, if that one guy can do it, what's that guy's name? I mean, crap. What's his name?
Future Anthony.
The old man that played for the Rangers forever.
Old man played for the Rangers. Their goalie?
No, he was like a winger. He was like the last active player like 3 years ago that was in the roster for NHL '94.
Eric Larson.
Yager, Jaromir
Jaromir
Yager.
Yager?
That dude was playing for the Rangers like 4 years ago, and I think he still plays professionally, but in Russia. And that guy's like 53.
Russia.
Like, that's one thing that blows my mind. Like when I see Gretzky, I was like, that dude's still young. But I remember like he retired when he was 34 years old.
I
could've
think he
played
had
forever.
done enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
it's
enough,
nice.
obviously, if his record got broken.
Who cares? That's one of his records.
I know, right? He only has like 36 other ones.
But-
Yeah, he'll be fine. Nobody's forgetting him.
And I know nothing about that, but the guy that broke his record, does he have a Nintendo 64 3D video game?
Heck no.
I didn't
It's
think
a NBA Jam, but hockey.
that was awesome. I loved Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey.
Yeah, it was a good one. No, the funny thing about
Never heard
Gretzky,
of
like
it.
everybody's like, I can't believe the record was broken. It's like with Gretzky, you can take away every goal that he scored, and he's still the #1 scorer with just his assists.
Yeah.
So he's fine. And that guy's goals per game average was like almost 3. Could you imagine a hockey player that got a hat trick every game?
Nope.
I
And the
could.
thing that's even wilder is that Ovechkin tied his record in the exact same amount of games. Like that's the part that's super nuts.
I didn't
So
know
for
that.
all you art nerds that are watching this, yes, you know who you are. We're talking about this sport called hockey, where you have rollerblades, but you have knives on the bottom of them, and then you hit this little like chocolate chip puck made out of rubber, and it's on, and you're on ice with a stick, and you're going really, 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 really fast,
And
you hit each other.
you're kind of wearing armor. Sort of
Yeah.
like
Very light armor.
It's like Sesame Street
So-
on ice, but with fights.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for all of you art nerds out there, this is a sport. I know a lot of people tell you to go touch grass, but this time it's one of those. It's like, yeah, you can't do that. You got to be one of those rich kids that can afford all the equipment to go touch some ice.
right.
Unless it,
Or
or
you can play
you're
with-
like D. Brad and
or
yeah, or you can play with the ball.
bright
But
orange
D.
ball.
Brad, he comes from the land of hockey in good old Canada.
Ew.
Wait,
And
I thought-
they all
I
just
thought
they don't
Brad
learn
lived
how to
in
walk. They
Florida.
learn how to skate.
True.
Yeah,
Everybody has a skating rink in their backyard.
Troy,
That's true.
Troy, right? Yeah, Troy said, wasn't he from Florida? I thought that was true. D. Brad.
What? Oh yeah.
pretty sure D. Brad lives in Florida. He's got a
He's
flag
from-
somewhere in his
In
office.
in the winter I go down to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
from
my
the
god!
Florida
Like,
of
all
the
the
North.
other Canadian people.
Although not as many are
Hey,
going down there anymore.
Yeah, I would
Oh, no,
imagine
no,
you
no.
probably want to stay away from anywhere right now. Yeah.
Soon you'll be able to go without a passport.
Never.
Just like
No.
Puerto Rico, baby.
Before we do our final check-in on drawings, I have one more question from Brian Lynch from Hot Wing of Justice. This is for everybody, and anybody can answer if you come up with an answer. But
Mhm.
how much cartoon can a cartoonist tune if a cartoonist tunes by night?
Ooh.
3.
3.
6.
Yeah.
At least 3.
3 to 6.
Yeah, I would say on average, like 3. It's like 3.5.
Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us here. So I'm going to say 5.
And what's the answer?
He doesn't have an answer. It's just a question.
Oh.
Open-ended.
well,
Lame. But
he's
let me
on
tell
top
you.
secret.
Let me tell you.
Top
Listen to me.
secret
Let's
probation.
We're listening.
let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. I have a list of questions that were
Oh
asked.
boy.
That
Why
we
though?
can get to really quick. Yeah. First question. asked by the famous Dan Doherty. Why though? Because.
Yeah. Because.
Second question: weirdest fear. Very easy. The weirdest fear is not knowing how much my kitchen cabinets weigh. That's terrifying to think about.
That keeps you awake at night.
If you really, what's up?
Keeps you awake at night.
So
yeah,
weirdest...
kitchen cabinets are scary because they have a lot of weight and they're just hanging on your walls.
So weirdest fear, are we talking like our own fear, or are we talking like the weirdest fear that we know of?
What is your weirdest fear?
Okay, mine is dead old
These are
women.
rapid fire questions.
Dead old women really freak me out.
Okay. Okay.
The weirdest fear I've ever heard of is being scared of how much your kitchen cabinets weigh.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
My weirdest fear is that Troy's not going to remember that Wolfgang is in Florida right now.
Yeah.
Well, he does have a Chicago flag. It makes it weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this a fear, but I have an aversion against like lotion or anything with that feeling. Like my wife puts this face stuff on or whatever. I don't want anything to do with her. Like no.
So you hate moisture.
Moisturizers, yeah.
You hate feeling smooth and clean and silky.
He likes dry skin. He likes the dry skin.
Yeah, I would much prefer like lizard-like qualities to skin, yeah. or like a snake. It's very smooth, but dry.
Right.
What do we got for the next one there?
All right, next one. Favorite emoji.
Oh.
Poop.
Thumbs up emoji.
Dang, no one? All right, so
Poop.
real quick.
Poop.
My favorite emoji. I have two amazing sequences. I do the sunglasses, and then I do the pow, 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 finger guns, or I'll do like a flex, sunglasses, or the guy's blowing out of his nose, and then like a fire emoji.
Brad, you just did your hands in the heart shape and then hearts popped out. Does that just automatically happen when you?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Hey,
Do it again for for our late audience here. Here we go.
Do the sad face. Do the sad face.
Yeah, but like, see, look.
Whoa, that's wild.
And then,
Do the
watch this.
sad thumbs down.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
the best one.
Is that a setting?
Yeah.
On your computer that does that?
No, he's a
not on my
it's a
computer, no.
superpower.
It's
He's a Doctor Strange.
sign into your Zoom account and you can there's like a button to press.
Do the
He's a
sad thumbs down.
master.
Yeah, there we go.
This is the best one, guys.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love it.
Going back to the emoji, I like the one with just like the one eye super open and the tongue sticking out. Just a real silly, like wacky one. So whenever I receive that from like a good joke or something like that, I feel very validated. So
Nice.
yeah.
What body part do you wash last in the shower?
I'm guessing the feet because like all the soap washes.
I was
kind of goes down
say
there,
Troy's
right?
feet specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Troy's feet.
I wash my face last.
If you'd like to see my feet, Rodgers has some screenshots of my feet saved on his phone.
Just for
some
past
weird
episodes.
reason.
Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Imagine a hobbit, if you will.
Okay.
Covered in hair, thick calluses, brown curly hair, in fact.
Ooh.
Oh.
Seasoned curlies.
This I've got to see.
I don't know what the last part of my body is that I wash. It's probably...
I gotta pay attention to that now. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, I'll get back to you.
You take a shower at least hopefully 3 times a week, every day for your life, and you don't know what the because You don't stray away from your shower routine. We all do the same routine every single time we're in the shower. Don't lie.
Hey, I was gonna reenact it for. Okay, here we go. Maybe not. Maybe not.
I do that again. There it is.
Okay. See, like a lot of my time in the shower.
I think that's pretty much it. D. Brad did every man's shower.
That's going to be in the trailer on Instagram. So
a lot of my time in the shower is just spent like standing there, just like
just crying in sadness. I do the same.
Like this is the only quiet spot in my house.
You're like a turkey in the rain. You just stand there with your mouth open, looking at the shower head.
You drown.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right, next question. Would you rather stub your toe or jam your finger?
Jam my finger.
Jam my finger. Oh no.
Ooh.
Stub toe pain is the worst thing in the world because I'm always like, is there blood? Every time.
Oh yeah. Well, can't you say that for your finger too?
Nope.
Also,
Different
like,
kind of pain.
especially if it happens with your finger, it's easy to see it real quick. But with your toe, it's one of those being like, I'm not taking off my shoe, or I'm not taking off my sock, and blah blah blah. I'm not going to look.
Yeah, it's like Schrodinger's toe.
I would rather stub my toe.
I would rather
than jam my finger.
I would rather stub Troy's toe.
Yeah, his hobbit toe.
My toes can't be stubbed.
They're
hobbit feet.
They're too hardy to be stubbed.
Unstubbable. The unstubbable.
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 That's a great title for a comic of it. Like the unstubbable something. So
the unstubbable toe boy.
What's your superpower?
Some kid with some really big feet.
Yeah.
I got this, guys.
I'm going with the jammed fingers because jam fingers. What if it's like raspberry jam or something?
Nice.
Put a little peanut butter on there.
Waiting. You were the only person I knew would make that joke.
Put a little peanut butter on there. You got yourself a sandwich.
Yeah, well, you can do that.
Yeah,
with
knuckle sandwich, baby.
I think I would go with stubbing the toe.
I knew I could count on
it. Do you think that has to do with your where you are in the world? Is it different in Canada? Like, do you stub your toe backwards or something?
Yeah, he's like, I was on my way to pay my hydro bill, and I stubbed my toe.
I can pay my hydro bill from home.
That's where you stub your toe. They say most of those accidents happen within a mile of the home.
If you're lucky,
that's true.
One could hope they only stub their toe at home. If you're lucky.
I'm more used to stubbing my toe than jamming my finger, and so I'm used to what it feels like. So,
yeah, that's true.
The devil that you know.
Yeah.
Devil
I know.
All right. How long can you hold your breath?
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Let's find out. Ready?
do.
Just dead air. Everybody, hold your breath. All right, I can't. Woo! I got asthma, baby.
Future Anthony can just edit this where it's like the next hour, and then
just
it was a long.
Just a clock wipe.
Then we're all dead.
Oh.
All right, last question. Do you lick or chew your ice cream?
Chew.
Lick or chew?
I do both.
You nasty! How do you chew your ice cream?
I have stuff in my ice cream.
Canadian, we have teeth that can take the cold.
Yeah.
Stuff.
See?
I know I misheard you. I thought you said in Canada.
Yeah, that's what we call it. We call it Canada. Yeah.
It's weird
in Canada, we have to chew our ice cream.
Yeah. It's the way it was weird the way Rodgers said that though. He's like, I got stuff in my ice cream. Like it just sounds ooh.
Well, does it have the wrapper in there too?
This has peanut butter cups and peanut butter sauce swirled into peanut butter ice cream. I have to chew on the peanut butter cups.
Yeah. That's too much peanut butter.
What
It
else?
seems like it should have some pretzel in it or something.
Yeah.
I don't like pretzels.
Something to
I-
offset.
No.
Isn't there like a famous ice cream, one of those Ben and Jerry's that's got like peanut butter cups and pretzel pieces?
There was a Jimmy Fallon's late night crunch that was chocolate covered potato chip balls.
Oh.
Ew, that sounds foul.
Sounds like a curse word.
It was amazing.
Oh.
Shut up.
I don't
You guys
know
are
how
done.
many people know what this ice cream is.
Blue Moon. That stuff's great.
I heard you talking about
I saw you
It is a
standing
A
alone.
Midwest original with a one-of-a-kind flavor.
Oh,
I'm all
And
about
it
that.
is
Cotton candy.
Blue ice cream.
yeah. Looks like
It's not cotton candy. It's actually like
Some kind of raisin-
almond.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever had Superman ice cream that has the blue, yellow, and red?
yeah.
No.
This is what they use for the blue.
Oh.
I gotcha.
It's like almond flavored. The yellow is usually vanilla, and the red is usually like black cherry.
If a
Okay.
place has Blue Moon, that is my go-to if it's there. So
My son, he saw this in the freezer one time. He's like, does this have alcohol in it? Because of the beer.
You should just tell them, yeah,
I
so he
did.
doesn't have any. It's all yours. There you go. More for me, baby.
Of course,
More for me.
of course, somebody with a Dr. Manhattan tattoo would eat Blue Moon ice cream. So
Mhm.
You want Rolo?
What do you want? You want to say hi to
Yeah,
everybody?
bring Rolo on. Everybody likes Rolo.
Oh,
Rolos would be good in ice cream.
Yeah, they are. I've had that.
Nice.
There was a Rolo McFlurry years ago that was better
Yeah.
than anything I've ever had when it
My
comes
little old
to like
baby.
blizzards and
Little old
McFlurries.
baby.
It was a Rolo one.
Oh
It's
yeah.
okay. I know.
That is a cute
okay.
dog.
There we go.
But
My
lick the ice cream. That's my vote.
My
There you go.
15-year-old
There you go.
dog. I don't have anything. It's okay.
It's on a cone. I lick it. No, I bite it. I bite it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just chomp down like a beaver, the Canadian mascot, baby.
Blue
That's right.
Moon on a waffle cone is great. Love me a
I
waffle.
just put like half a gallon into a bowl and just eat it.
Yeah, I've never like this is good. Like I'm analyzing myself now. Like how do I shower? How do I eat ice cream?
How do you eat ice cream?
You
in the
finally
shower?
become self-aware.
I'm self-aware. Hey, look at when I do this, it moves. It's not a different person.
Yeah, do you
Just
lick?
remember, you're made of meat.
Oh,
You're an electric bone skeleton operating a meat
Crazy.
suit.
The meat sack walking around Canada, stubbing
Oh,
toes.
now.
We make
Ice
meat
cream
sounds with our
showers.
meat lips.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I still can't get over there's a thing called chip balls.
Whoa, D-Brad, whoa.
chocolate chip.
Oh, that was okay. I was thinking of potato chips.
Well, that's what it was. It was
Nice.
like it's like a chocolate covered potato chip ball. So in
Oh, okay.
Just sounds bad.
Oh
They're
yeah,
just-
that was the
I don't
Jimmy
know.
Fallon flavor, right?
yeah. It was this late night crunch. I think it was
There's a
Yeah,
tonight
the
tonight show flavor too. Tonight dough or something.
tonight dough. Yeah, I was upset because the late night crunch was great.
Yeah.
I will take your word for that one. It just doesn't. But you know what? Salty and sweet go together pretty well. I would try it. I wouldn't like want to, but I would.
Prove it. Can you do it now?
We'll have to
Live
trick
on
him
air.
into eating it.
He's looking
Prove
around.
it. Go to the supermarket right now. Go do
We'll
it.
wait.
Right
Okay.
this instant.
Oh, there's a message coming in.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Eric Wolfgang's phone's going to die. We are going to be wrapping up the show anyways. Where can people find you, Eric Wolfgang, on the internet?
You can find me on my website at ericwolfgang.square.site. You can find me on Instagram at wolfboy21. And because you guys are all sleeping on it, you guys need to check out my really good friend, Casey Iris, at CaseyIris.com. She has a amazing book coming out. This is one of her comics that she made while she was working at Chipotle.
Ooh.
And yeah, her new book is going to be called Ghoul by Top Shelf Comics. So go check her out.
Cool.
Definitely will. Cool.
And also, you can find Eric Wolfgang in the back pages of Slaughter Otter issue 3 with a pinup.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did a pinup for you guys. It was really, really
Yeah,
cool. I loved it.
Because of the timeline of comics, you did that a million years ago.
Oh yeah? How long
Yeah,
ago?
that's right.
Deadline sucks.
Like December. That was like the last thing I drew in 2024 was the Slaughter Otter pinup.
Yes.
Well, it was
Yes.
great having you on the show. If people want to hold up their drawings before we lose.
Oh, and real quick, I'm also going to be working on a book with Franco and Nick again, and it's called Astro Fox, and that will come out whenever that comes out. Hopefully I'll have something to show you. I do have stuff to show you, but yeah, this is my stuff.
Awesome. We're going to show off the art that we can show off here at the end before we close out our episode to say our proper goodbyes. It was a fun episode. Good hanging out. Great having you back, Eric. And for people that are in the area, that information for the comic boot camp. Here's the last little info again, as we saw at the beginning of the show. So by the time this release,
yeah, donate to Saw Comics, baby.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
There's the information.
Beautiful nonprofit.
We love it. That's going to do it. Now, we've been looking up at the sky, and we see that the sun is starting to come up, which means it's time to get back to our day jobs. Happy Free Comic Book Day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, got it. Can't get the thing closed.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Okay.
Okay,
I was crossing my eyes.